Thanks for joining me in the party chat tonight. We have, over here. We have Steven, Russell, and Peter Kiernan. Say
Hello.
that right?
Close enough. Close enough.
Good enough. All right, Steven, what's up, man? What you been up to? What you been playing?
A lot of work. When I get time, I mainly play Apex, honestly. Slipping a little bit of NBA 2K20 in there just because I'm in the playoffs and I want to win a damn championship, bro.
Are you playing that because it was on Xbox Game Pass?
Yeah. Honestly, I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't have paid money for it unless it was like really cheap. But it's actually like a lot of fun. My career is what draws me into that game, just because it's cool making your player, going through the NBA draft, going through the rookie season. Like, it's pretty cool.
All right, that's what's up.
I like
Yeah, I like it, man. We still got to try out the horse mode that's in there, the multiplayer thing. Yeah, I think that would be fun. Peter, what you been up to, man? What you been playing?
I replayed The Last of Us Remastered. You know, getting the hype in for The Last of Us Part 2, 29 days. Looking forward to it.
Super excited.
Countdown.
Oh, yeah. Been playing Mafia 2 Definitive Edition. It just came out there the other day, so...
Tell me about it, man.
Playing that. It's really nice looking game. The atmosphere. I'm only at chapter 3, so it's still snowing. If you've played Mafia 2 before, you have the season change. You can tell it's a PS3 game, but it's really crisp. And yeah, if you played Mafia 2, you know exactly what you're getting. But yeah, really, really good to play that again.
That's awesome.
So they released the 2 and 3 remaster before the 1 is out yet? Like, the 1's not out yet?
No, so they're pretty much remaking that entire game. They're doing new mechanics, new cutscenes for Mafia 1 with the Mafia 3 engine. So yeah, it kind of makes sense that the last one to be released.
That's really interesting that they're doing that, and like the fact that you just said that you could tell at times it's a PS3 game. You know what I mean? That's just remastered. And then Mafia 1 is completely remade. So I'm wondering, is Mafia 1 going to look like significantly better? And then you go play 2 and it's going to be like, oh, this is just a remaster. And then you go play 3, which was an Xbox One PS4 game. And it's just going to like, is 2 going to feel like it's kind of like an oddball?
Yeah, probably. I think Mafia 1 is pretty much going to look like Mafia 3. It's using the same engine.
Yeah,
so
it's getting a full remake.
It's pretty much that. I think with Mafia 2, it still looks really good. I see a few a bit of the frames dipping on some parts, especially when you're driving.
Yeah, okay.
You could see that. Visually, looks clear. It's crisp looking. It still is, a PS3 game when it comes down to it, but it's good enough to play. It'll tide me over now to The Last of Us. So yeah, look forward to Mafia 1. 'Cause it'll be really interesting to see the big jump.
Yeah. I've actually never played any of the Mafia games, so I'm going to go ahead and buy the trilogy. So I'll be starting with Mafia 1, and then I'm kind of like
I brought the trilogy for like €60 here.
Yeah.
So you'll automatically get Mafia 1 when it releases in late August.
Now, did you already own Mafia 3?
Yeah. So I actually didn't know this at the time, right? But Mafia 2 is like 30 quid here, and so the 3 games are 60. So I just bought that. But if you have Mafia 3 already, you'll get upgraded to the Definitive Edition for free on all consoles and Steam. But like 60 quid for the 3 games. Like I basically paid 60 quid for Mafia 1 and 2 essentially.
Right.
Which that's fine.
So it balances out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever, yo.
They're
money.
U.S. money. It's like $25 each. So basically, if you bought Mafia 1 and 2, it's $50. So you're kind of getting the third game for 10. You know what I mean? Or for free. I don't know. So that's kind of cool, man. I was kind of curious about Mafia and how that's going to work out. Now that you've told me that Mafia 2 kind of has it's got like that remaster feel to it. I'm like, oh man, that's kind of disappointing. I thought they were all going to get this, or at least Mafia 1 and 2 were going to get this.
Yeah, Mafia 1 needed the biggest. They couldn't have done that with Mafia 1.
yeah.
It's a PS2 game, I think it is, so
Mhm.
I had never played it. So yeah, they pretty much had to rework that entire game. Mafia 2, they can get away with it, and I still have to finish Mafia 3, and I haven't played Mafia 1. But Mafia 2, just separately as a game, really good. Story's really good. They
Okay.
don't cross over, well, crosses slightly over in 3, but as far as I know, Mafia 1 and 2 are separate stories. As far as I know. I could be wrong, because I haven't played Mafia 1, but that's
Okay,
got
yeah, I don't know either. I know I was reading the store description of it, and it said that Mafia 2 was like the second installment in the Mafia series or whatever. So I don't know if
Yeah.
that's saying something, but
They might have like a
Because it has a
crossover
2 in
character or
it.
two.
right.
As a two.
That's what 2 means, the sequel.
Known that.
It's Roman numerals though, Steven, so it doesn't mean anything.
Like this?
Yeah, I'm actually currently replaying The Last of Us as well. The Last of Us remastered.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you finished it?
No, I've been playing it like maybe one episode a night, or I guess you could call it an episode. So I play about an hour a night because my wife wants to watch it. She hasn't really watched it all the way through, so I've been playing about an hour a night. It's so good. I just got to Bill, where you meet Bill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's really cool, man. It's such a good game, and then especially with the state of the world that we're in now, and it's so weird. They're saying things that are being said on TV now. It's like, whoa, obviously it's not going to have anybody turning into fungus monsters, but
Yeah. Hopefully not.
right? Yeah, we don't know this yet.
We could kind of transition that into the most recent news about Last of Us 2.
Okay.
They're saying that the world's going to be so big that it's going to take more than one playthrough to get everything in the story, which, I mean, it's cool. Like, it seems like they're opening the world up because Last of Us 1's kind of constrained to the system of PlayStation 3, really. So it wasn't really like open world. So it seems like they're kind of going with a bigger direction with this game.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that too, and yeah, there's scenes that you can completely miss, like big story beats that you can completely miss, just because of the many directions that you can take. That's pretty cool. And then I also read a headliner. I didn't actually click into the article or anything, but I read a headliner that you would not be able to get Ellie up to max level through one playthrough.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah, I did see that too.
I didn't read into it either, but it's just like, I don't think I like that.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. Yeah.
Well, it's not how it plays out, but I like to have my characters upgraded. Well, it's the same for Last of Us 1, really, because I don't think you can get Joel weapons, for example, fully upgraded until the second playthrough anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. If it encourages a second playthrough, like a new game plus thing that actually makes me want to go back and do it, then I think that's cool. Final Fantasy VII Remake did something similar. I mean, once you start the new game plus, you get like 3 times XP and double AP, and it's just kind of like, oh, sweet. Yeah, so that's incentive to go back and play it. And then the platinum trophy was, achievable. So if they do the same thing with Last of Us, I want to get that platinum trophy. And
I'm just so happy there's no online for The Last of Us Part 2. That grinds for that first online.
I actually never got into the Last of Us multiplayer. I had I played a lot of the Uncharted multiplayer. I guess it was kind of similar to that, but
did they have multiplayer in Uncharted 4? I don't think they did they?
They did, yeah.
Yeah.
They did.
It's not as big.
Yeah, I remember playing the crap out of Uncharted 2's multiplayer when that came out.
That's amazing.
That one was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think they'll probably later on release a patch, and then it'll have multiplayer for Last of Us. Because I think they're going to support it.
Standalone, aren't they? Did they confirm they're doing like a? They are working on the factions mode, but
okay,
standalone thing. I think they said it a year ago. So
launch with PlayStation 5.
Yeah, I'll skip that factions mode.
I hope they don't push it. I hope they don't push it that far back if they're going to do it.
Right.
But then again, Sony's going to be looking for kind of any extra little edge they can get.
We got predictions tonight. Got predictions tonight.
That'd be cool if the Last of Us Part 2 is definitely will get upgraded to PS5, but with the upgrade, factions come with that. That'd be
Oh
cool
yeah,
if they did
yeah.
something
Like here's the
Yeah.
PS5 upgrade for free. It's part of my predictions. I already had it written down. So we'll get to that. Oh yeah, baby, it's gonna be a good one. So we'll get to that. I did play. Last thing I did want to comment on is I played the demo for Iron Man VR. I thought that was, huh?
I have my VR. It has a lot of dust on it, so I have to get it going.
You can dust it off. My impressions on it, unless if like I just couldn't get a hang of it. But like the flying was just really weird because of the PlayStation, the VR. Like the motion tracking is not very good. You know what I mean? The motion tracking is not the best, and the fact that you can't actually do 360 in your play space, you have to hit the circle button, like some of the outside buttons to make yourself shift and turn around. And I'm like, I wish it was on Quest type thing, and I wish I owned a Quest. So that was my biggest thing about it. It just wasn't, the hardware didn't match the game, and the game itself was super fun because like you start off and you're just doing the training, learning how to fly as Iron Man type thing, and then it cuts to a scene where you're on an airplane, and when you're on the airplane, like the villain comes in and blows a hole in the airplane, and now you have to like you jump out of the airplane with no suit on, and then you put your hand out, and as your hand goes out, like the armor comes around and you equip it to that one, and then you put your other hand out and it equips to that one, and then the chest piece comes in and you just like go like this and it goes and like, and you just feel so cool. It feels so good. And then when the gameplay starts, you're just kind of like, okay, so thrust forward. It wants you to literally tilt your palms backwards, but remember the camera can't see your little light bulb if you're pushing it backwards. So it's like, that was weird. And then like the enemies were starting to surround you, and you had to quickly tap that outside button to shift 90 degrees or whatever it was to get over there. And it kind of took me out of the experience. And I was like, man, if this was on the Quest where I could actually move around my play space and look around, that would be so much better, and it would be a super fun game. And now it makes me kind of worried. I was really excited about Star Wars Vader getting ported over to PSVR, and I was like, sweet, I can actually play that game now. But now I'm like, I played it at E3 on the Quest, and I was able to actually move around and do 360 spins. I even was able to put a lightsaber behind my back and block a blaster bolt coming, and I felt so cool, dude. And I'm like, I'm not going to be able to do that on the PlayStation VR because once I do this, it's lost. Like it's not going to know where my lightsaber went. So I'm like,
that's the thing about the PlayStation VR. It's kind of like your bargain basement virtual reality. It's
very
really
much
the
so
lowest on the totem pole when it comes to getting into virtual reality. It's much like anything, like you got to put money into it to get the best experience of virtual reality. And while it can probably give you a decent experience, but the ones that are done for PC or whatever like that are going to be much better, hands down.
Definitely. Yeah, that's a true statement, man, because so far on the PSVR, I mean, Astrobot was an amazing game. And then basically that's it. I don't know. Beat Saber. Yep.
I like the Batman, the little Batman.
That was interesting. Like a funny story about that one was where they put you in the shoes of little Bruce Wayne, and then like you know what's happening in that alleyway, and I'm like, oh god.
Yeah.
Oh god, my parents just got shot. And you're just like, and the guy comes up and he like points the gun right in your face. I took the headset off. I said, I can't do it. Can't do it. This thing's freaking me out, man.
Batman works pretty well with that because he's a bit more rigid.
That was a good one. Yeah, it was more of a glorified demo than a game. Yeah. But Resident Evil 7 is probably the best full-on VR experience.
I can't finish it.
I can't finish that. I couldn't get out. I couldn't do the opening level. I really wanted to try out my VR, and the guy that sold it to me gave me Resident Evil 7, and I was like, I gotta try out my VR. I got to the opening level, and I was like, nah, I'll buy a different game. I'm gonna buy Astrobot, man. Screw that, dude. I'm out.
Come on, sissy.
All right, guys, we got some good ones. We get some good topic tonight. It's a very good topic tonight. We are doing our predictions for the roadmap to next gen launch. It's been kind of a trend as of late, where like, at least for Xbox, they've already announced that they're going to release some kind of information once a month leading to release. They've already said that, so we can expect something once a month from them. PlayStation's kind of following suit, but they're just I think they have been giving us something every month. It's just been little bits.
Trickles.
And I think they're really going to start kicking it up next month. So let's get it started. So how I figured we should do it is, I think we'll go month by month, and then say, because we're going to do launch predictions for the launch date. We're going to do predictions for the price, and we're going to do launch date and price are going to be the two things, but just incorporate that in the month that you think they're going to be announced. All right. So we will start with June, because that's next month. Pretty much next week. I don't think anything else is going to happen for the rest of May. I don't think anything else is going to happen.
Yeah, those announced.
So have they given a specific date as to when they're having this state of play, as I believe they like to call them?
They haven't said a word.
Okay, yeah.
I don't understand it. I really don't. Like
the rumor is like June 4th, but like that's pretty soon. So like if they're going to do like a big 2-hour like conference, I can't see them doing a June 4th.
I don't think they're going to do a 2-hour conference. That's a bit much.
I think they will. No, I think that's what people want. I think they have a lot to show off, and I think people will be pissed if it was just like a half an hour, 45-minute thing. As a PlayStation fan, I would be pissed. I'm like, an hour and a half.
Well, they didn't. I think an hour is solid. That kind of seems to be your standard, like, press conference is an hour.
An hour long. Okay, so we'll go with June, and let's go ahead and get this official prediction from Steven. I'm going to write it down. Steven, what are you saying is going to happen in June? They've already kind of announced, like you guys were talking about, that, or they haven't announced anything, but I guess it's strongly rumored that the games lineup for PS5 is going to be revealed. The CEO of PlayStation or Sony did say soon in quotations. Yeah. So it's going to be soon. So Steven, what are your predictions? What's going to be shown in June?
So I'm kind of tossing it up in whether they're actually going to show the console in June or not. My gut kind of tells me they have to at this point. Like, you got fans and you just got media worldwide just clamoring for this thing at this point, just to see, what it looks like, because there's so many artist renderings and then leaked models, and I feel like they're going to show the console in June. I think that's going to be like the end of the show. They're going to kind of dim the lights down, and then boom, there's the PlayStation 5 console. Okay. That's what I think that's what I think they're going to do. In reality, it's probably not what they're going to do. But I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to have a console display at the end of their conference, which I think is probably going to be like an hour long. I want to say they're kind of going to do a little bit of a sizzle reel. I don't think they're going to show much in terms of gameplay. Horizon Zero Dawn 2 is definitely going to be shown there. Like, there's no doubt about that. They'll also probably do like a Last of Us 2 on PlayStation 5 engine. I kind of think that's like a big deal. Did we lose video, or am I just seeing things? Hello? Hello? Hello?
There we go. Can you hear me?
There we go.
Oh, I was like, what the hell happened?
I had you full screen, so that way it should just be. It would have just been you only talking.
I was like, what the fuck? What's going on?
I was assuming that's what happened. I wasn't sure if Daniel had dropped out or not.
I thought it was happening, but then I didn't hear anybody else say when I said hello, nobody answered. So I was like,
a work in progress, folks. It's a work in progress.
Work in progress. Yeah, I wanted to make sure you were full screen, full front and center.
There will be no price revealed and no date revealed at all. So they're just going to reveal the console. The two big things that people want to know. Well, two of the three things aren't going to be revealed. But I feel like they're going to kind of show off their main titles. They'll probably show a Jak and Daxter 2. I don't think they're going to do anything like original
Take some water
IP.
after that one.
I know. Calm down. I can feel the heat over here. I don't think they're going to show any new IP though. It's going to be stuff that you know. There's not going to be any like kind of brand new IP version of a game that they're going to show. At least at this one, I don't think. I think the big thing about this one is going to be the console itself.
So you got a lot going on in June.
I do, because they haven't. I mean, there hasn't been anything revealed up to this point except the controller. Like, that's literally, well, and the fact that it's 100 times faster than PlayStation 4, which I find to be bullshit. 100 times faster, my ass. Like, come on, really?
Well, my PS4 is slow as fuck, so, I won't be surprised.
100 times faster, that's a humongous number. Like, but, hey.
We'll see, man.
That's time will tell.
It's exciting. That's really exciting. 100 times faster. What? All right, so that's a
good. SSD better tickle my butthole or something.
It better be.
That's what they're talking about.
Steven, so you got a lot going on in June. I trust that you pretty much have written all that down, right? You can just send me your predictions because I don't want to be sitting there typing the entire time while you guys are talking. I want to be part of the conversation. Peter.
Actually,
what's up,
man? Thought about a lot of them top of my head.
That was good going.
Peter, what you got, man, for June? What's going on in June, man, for PlayStation?
I'm not even sure Sony knows what's going on in June. I'm in the same corner as Steven there, where I'm just like, are they going to show the console or not? I agree. I think they have to at this stage. Like, you're probably 6 months out from launch now when we get to June, roughly.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think they have to go to console reveal. The biggest question for me is the price. Do they announce the price, or are they going to wait on Microsoft? Because they know Microsoft's going in July.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's going to be interesting.
I'd be very surprised if they reveal the price. I don't think they will. I think Horizon Zero Dawn 2 is pretty much a dead cert. I'd be pretty confident.
Okay.
They want to show something of that.
Okay.
Gameplay. They might show gameplay because they're going to want to show gameplay.
Yeah.
Big time.
Oh,
that's kind of the same thing I was thinking.
Xbox, yeah.
Yeah, I think they will have Horizon Zero Dawn 2 gameplay. I think I have your Resistance remaster / reboot. I think something definitely from Insomniac Games with the Resistance series because they've been teasing it for months now.
Yeah.
I just don't know if they're going to remaster it or rebuild it or have a Resistance 4, which I unlikely. I think no.
That makes sense. It really does because it's kind of been a stagnant IP at this point.
Yeah, I think a reboot is probably more realistic because when did the last game come out? 2011, I think. Resistance 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't even on PS4.
No, skipped PS4 altogether. I think Gran Turismo 7 is
a good one.
definitely going to be shown.
Did you say Gran Turismo 7 definitely going to be shown?
Yeah. I think
okay.
Pretty much a dead cert, and I have a sequel to The Order 1886 being shown.
Ooh, that's a good one. I never played that, but it kind of got shit reviews, I think.
It did, but it's a good game. Like it came out like too expensive for what it was, but it was actually a really good game. I think it should get a sequel.
I mean, that's Ready at Dawn, right? The Ready at Dawn is the guys that were making big statements on Twitter, I believe it was, when they were saying, they were like, "You guys are overlooking. You think that teraflops." They were saying, calling out the teraflops. They were saying, "You think teraflops are everything," and then, like, so
about that SSD, baby.
Yeah, man, you watch out for that SSD. So Ready at Dawn, man, they obviously want to show something. I think they want to back up what they were talking. So they might be right.
Yeah, I'd like to see a sequel to that game because it's pretty unique. That setting that was really cool.
The question is, would they call it 1887
Evan.
or 1886 too, or 1890?
I think
1890.
The year. The year that's in, they'll go with it.
The year that it's in, they'll go with that one.
Yeah, we'll just go with that. Go with it. 1890.
Order 1890.
I think we're going to get an early November launch.
Early
November.
You think we're going to get a release date next month as well?
I don't know if they'll give us a release date, but I think that's what they're going to go for in the end, whenever they decide it.
Okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second because
Peter, slow the fuck down.
Slow down.
I'm going. I'm hyped. I'm getting hyped here.
That was June. All right. So we got so June. No release date in June though, right? Like they're not going to announce a release date in June.
I'm going to say yes.
You think they?
Yeah.
I mean,
with the big claim.
They don't have to. They don't have to announce the price.
Mm-hmm.
They can have the release date.
Okay.
So I think if they don't want to announce the price, they could do the release date as a trade-off.
Okay.
The other question is, will they open up pre-orders in June?
I got that on my predictions as well.
Look at you.
Yeah, I got. All right, guys, you ready for my June predictions for PlayStation? All right. I'm sorry. Are you done, Tater?
Oh no, so do it. Go for it.
Okay, do it. Okay. All right. For my PlayStation predictions in June.
Boy.
I'm going to go with, it is going to definitely be a combination of a sizzle reel, but I also think that they're going to focus on maybe like one or two launch titles that's going to be exclusive to PlayStation 5, and then the rest is going to be kind of like a sizzle reel type thing of like, here's what you can expect, and in that sizzle reel they're going to throw in things like Horizon Zero Dawn 2 and give you like a little teaser. I don't think they're going to show you much, but I feel like they'll probably, if anything, that Horizon Zero Dawn 2 will probably have the biggest chunk of a teaser, maybe even some gameplay and stuff like that. But I don't think it's going to be much. And then I think you'll probably get some other things, like maybe even like, hey, Spider-Man 2 is coming, God of War 2 is coming, and just kind of get you super hype about it. And it might not even be gameplay. It'll just be like, hey, here's what's coming to PlayStation 5. And then here's what you can play on. I
already knew was becoming.
Yeah, but I feel like this is the moment where they really want to just remind you. Like, just remind people, like, hey, we have games.
Just in case you forgot.
Yeah, just in case you forgot, we have the best exclusive games on the market, and they're coming to PS5. All those games, they got sequels. You know what I mean? Here they come. So I think that they're going to do that. I think they'll also focus on. I'm like two launch titles that I know not for sure. I don't know for sure, but like I just have a strong feeling.
Insider information.
Yeah, I got that inside information, guys. I got.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I'm required. I can't talk about it. I'm a non-disclosure agreement, but but no. I think we'll see Godfall, and I think they're going to really like focus on Godfall as like saying, hey, here's our.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
And that one's going to be. Who knows, man? When they actually show the gameplay, it might be like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And they'll say this is our third person action adventure game. You know what I mean? Here's our PlayStation, whatever you want to call it, uniqueness. They always have third-person action adventure games.
I was getting ready to say, so they're just going to add that to the third person.
Yeah, and that's why I'm convinced that Horizon Zero Dawn won't be at launch. Like that's kind of like why I'm thinking. I don't think they would release 2 third-person action adventure games exclusive to their console to have them kind of compete with each other. So I feel like Horizon Zero Dawn, I think Sony's going to give Guerrilla more time to really polish it out and get the game that they want out. So I think that, and I'll just throw this out here now because it's not really an official prediction that we're doing tonight, but I think Horizon Zero Dawn 2 is going to be a 2021 game, early, probably February or March. If I remember correctly, I think Horizon Zero Dawn 1 came out around an early in the year. I think it was like February or something like that. Yeah,
that sounds about right, honestly.
Yeah, so I think they'll hold off on that launch window, but they'll show you it and say, "Hey, here it's coming to launch window, but you're not going to get it on launch day." But Godfall will be their third-person action adventure game that they're going to focus on and get people excited because it's got pretty graphics. It's going to show off the third-person thing that people love from PlayStation, and then I think they're going to compete directly with Xbox with their Forza announcement that I'll get to in a minute. But I think Gran Turismo 7 will be their other game. Racing games are notorious for showing off like a next-gen console, like saying this is how pretty a game can be. Yeah. So I think Gran Turismo 7 will be talked about as a launch title, and Godfall will be the other launch title for PS5, and those two will lead the charge. And I think you'll get your other things, and this will be my final prediction for that June show. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, or whatever they're going to call it, but Call of Duty will be shown during the PlayStation event or PlayStation State of Play or whatever it is.
So you're saying that Call of Duty and Sony are going to continue their exclusivity deal?
I think so, man. I think they just got this partnership that's just going to continue on. I don't think it's going to be the exclusivity thing might still happen, but I really enjoyed what they did with Modern Warfare, except for the Special Ops thing, which was a joke. Like where they had Special Ops was exclusive to PlayStation for a year. That was a joke, but as far as like DLC is a thing of the past, so at least PlayStation's not getting DLC a month earlier than Xbox players, and stuff like that is not being affected as much by this exclusivity deal, except I think Call of Duty will put PlayStation's name on everything that they show, which will be big for PlayStation, as you saw with the Unreal Engine. Like when all they had to do was say the Unreal Engine 4 will run great on PS4, and then everybody thinks like, oh my God, take that Xbox. It's like, dude, Xbox runs a Unreal Engine too. You know what I mean? Like, they run the same engine. Like they just name dropped. So I think Call of Duty will name drop PS or PlayStation a lot, and they will show up at PlayStation's event to show off a next-gen Call of Duty game. And all of that will be next month. I do not think we are going to get a console reveal next month. I think they're going to... No, I don't think we're getting console. I don't think we're getting pricing. I don't think we're getting anything. It's just going to get, here's the games. Here's some games.
I feel like
you have to get one of the three.
Yeah, I feel like against my better judgment, I'm saying they're going to reveal it, but
I know it's like at this point though, are people going to start getting upset? Because like it's cool, yeah, you got the hype on your side, you got this like people are so excited to see the actual machine, and then that people are just boiling over almost like, you gotta show us the machine. And then if they don't show it next month, they're going to be like, crap. Or are they going to be like, I'm so excited for next month because I know they're going to show it next month, and they get the same hype going up? Or are they going to be like, all right, Sony, I'm getting real tired of it. You know what I mean?
Getting tired of your shit.
Right. What are they going to do? I think it'll be the former. I think it'll be people are going to be hype, and I think it'll sustain sorry about that. It'll sustain for the next month, and then that'll be my next prediction. I'll talk to about for July. But we're gonna circle back since we got our PlayStation predictions in. It's time to get our Xbox predictions in for June. Now, June is a funny one because Xbox has kind of said July is when they're going to do their big first party thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I don't know what they can do in June. Well, they obviously can do stuff, but do they want to do stuff in June when they have their event in July?
That's it. I mean, like
they're gonna let Sony kind of have that month. I feel like. I think you might hear a little bit of Xbox Series X news, but I really don't know what it could be because it seems like they're putting a lot of eggs in that July event. They're gonna hit hard. Well, I'm still in June, so I can't start my July one yet. But I feel like I kind of feel like they might have some kind of rebuttal to Sony's event, though. But the question is, are they really going to go at Sony in June, or are they going to just save everything for July? I kind of feel like they'll have like a small little inside. Dude, I don't know for. June.
They said they're going to announce something every month, though. So there's got to be something, right?
So is that going to be?
Yeah, they're having their Xbox thing, aren't they?
It's going to be part of Summer Game Fest.
Inside Xbox.
And
I forgot about that.
Do you guys think that Xbox postponed what they were going to show at E3 and then just postponed it to July? Or are they going to still have whatever they were going to show at E3 still be on track for June and then just push back all their first-party stuff for July?
I think the E3 stuff they were going to show is going to be in July. I think July is going to be like their big, like, yo, we're here. Xbox is,
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. Kind of like, okay. So, all right. So I guess we'll come back to you, Steven, and then maybe you can get like a solid, concrete prediction for June.
I really can't think of June.
Or do you think they're just going to sit it out? If you think they're going to sit it out, that's your prediction, and just kind of like.
I don't think there's going to be anything major in June. Like,
okay.
I think they're kind of going to just reiterate some of the stuff they've already announced. Mm-hmm. I think they're saving all their eggs, and they're just going to throw them all in that basket for July. Like, okay. I don't think there's going to be anything like super newsworthy coming out in June.
All right, Tater, what do you got for June, man?
Tough. Now, if they didn't announce that they were going to do it inside Xbox every month, I would say they're not going to do anything in June and just wait for July. But they're doing something in June. I kind of feel like they're not. From their last inside Xbox, I don't think they're going to hype this one up, especially with Sony's thing going on. Mm-hmm. I won't be surprised if they just have it inside Xbox who's on this date, and they just show gameplay of not necessarily a massive game, but just a game on a Series X of some kind, just to go, okay, look, we didn't show you gameplay last month. Sorry for that.
So,
here's a bit of gameplay.
Yeah, sorry for that.
We have a lot more in July.
Do you think they'll show some gameplay from the games they showed at the previous Inside Xbox? Because that one top-down game, what the hell's that thing called? Starts with an A.
Ascension, right?
Yeah, they've been showing, like, IGN had like 12 minutes of gameplay on that one. Which, I mean, it looks like it could be a pretty decent game. Like, it's like really small development team. It looks like it could be fun. I kind of feel like they might show some more gameplay from games, that they showed Inside Xbox that weren't really gameplay. That's my prediction. That's it.
Yeah, I think it'll be a low key Inside Xbox for June.
Okay.
I can't think of what they're. I can only assume they're going to save everything for July. Have the big. They'll react to Sony. They'll have their big showcase. They'll show Halo Infinite. A little bit more of the Series X.
Real gameplay. Slow down. We're not in July yet.
We're not in July.
Get carried away.
So that's all right, man. So June's gonna be a just kind of step back, let Sony have their moment, huh? Is that what you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, for
Yeah,
me, I think for June, I think we're gonna get two different things here. It's an either or for me, but I think we'll get Xbox Series S reveal in June.
I actually forgot about that.
To combat PlayStation's big lineup that they're going to announce. If you announce hardware, that kind of just takes over. It kind of takes over the headlines for a bit. So I think,
true, very true.
I think an Xbox Series S. The only thing that has me a little skeptical on the Series S reveal is that maybe you don't want to introduce two different SKUs at launch. That would might be confusing to people, especially when you go into a store and you're like, I want the Xbox Series S, or I want the Xbox.
I just want Xbox.
I just want an Xbox. Yeah, that's what I feel like. That's what parents and grandparents are going to say. Yeah, it'll be a little confusing. So maybe not. If not, I think we'll see next month. I think we'll see a major deep dive into the Series X. I think we'll see navigation through the UI. I think we'll see.
I didn't think about that shit.
I know that they've done this in the past. Like they've done, little short videos using Digital Foundry and Austin Evans, I think his name was. But I know they've done that in the past. And I think what Xbox is going to do is go say, all right, we did that, we outsourced it, but now here's our presentation of our baby, and you know what I mean? Here's how it can run, I think we'll see a deep dive of the actual console, the hardware, and I think we might even see some smart delivery games and stuff like that, and just be like, here's some smart delivery, here's how it's going to work, here's how we're also going to integrate xCloud into the UI, and I think they'll also say to foreshadow my further prediction into the month. I'll say they'll talk more about xCloud later, but it will be implemented into the UI of the Series X, and I think they're just going to kind of to build up this is how you're going to use your console. Here it is in action.
Okay, so hold on though. One thing I forgot. More Game Pass games.
More. It's inside Xbox. You know it's going to happen. You know it's going to happen.
I have a question for your potential announcement that they might make about the Xbox One S. Now, my question is, is this going to just be a diskless drive Series X, or is it going to be a completely lower powered console?
It's a very interesting situation. Good question, because I'm not sure. I don't know how it would work as far as development goes for games that are developing specifically for a Series X, and then it has to kind of step down a little bit. I know that you could probably do what what they're doing now, just okay, you have to run this game at 30 frames per second, but you can get the great graphics, or you have to run this game. You might have to make compromises if you want to run it on the Series S, whereas the Series X won't make compromises. Maybe that might be a thing. But I do think it will be diskless. I think it'll be an all digital console. I think it'll be focused mainly on Game Pass and xCloud. Here's your home console that can play your xCloud games, and here's a home console. If you could just, you can just download games straight to your console and you have it. And maybe even do a Switch, a Nintendo Switch type style thing where they say, hey, you can dock your games. You play on your phone, you're playing xCloud, and then you just switch it right over to the Series S that can play the game. Something like that. I don't know.
Whoa.
Yeah, something like that, maybe along those lines. But I do think that it will be diskless because that could save money in hardware cost, and I think that would drop the price down. I think they can drop the price down a full $100, and I think it could be kind of like this, better than Xbox One X, but not as powerful as the Series X. And and it might maybe even run games a little slower or load games slower. I don't know. You might not get that super fast SSD, stuff like that. But I don't know.
No,
it could be like a lower end. But I don't know how that affects development.
I don't want to be negative in this, but I'm looking at this and I've forgotten that the Series S was even announced or
right. Lockhart
talked about it. I think Lockhart. Yeah, and I'm kind of just thinking there, is it really needed? Now, I see your points there about the price drop and all that, and less cost for the manufacturing, but do people really want a kind of a mid upgrade to the Series X when we're going into a new console?
That's the point. Yeah. That's the question. Right?
I think it's so confusing for people if they release the two SKUs at launch or even very shortly after each other. For me, I'm not a massive Xbox fan, but I just don't see why they would even talk about it now. Mm-hmm. Do what they did similar last generation and Sony with the Pro and the X, and just do it maybe a year or two down the line. But
yeah, all right. I mean, I agree. That's kind of why I've been like I was a little skeptical about writing it down as an either or thing for me, because I think it is confusing if you have two different SKUs at launch for the average gamer, for not even the gamer itself trying to buy a game or a console for a gamer. I think they might get a little confused and they see that the price tag is lower, and then they have to be like, well, why is it lower? And then they have to explain to them why it's lower. But I think it would be kind of interesting if they could say, okay, they released the Series X at this price that I'm going to predict later, and then they have the PlayStation at this price, and then $100 cheaper from the PlayStation 5, you can get next gen gaming. You know what I mean? But it's all digital or something like that. It could be interesting if they went that route. But I think Xbox is going to release the Series X at a competitive, not even competitive. I think they're going to undercut PlayStation, and they're going to be confident in the Series X. So I did want to throw that out there, the Series S potential, but I think we will see a deep dive into hardware, whether or not that's a deep dive into both series of consoles or just the Series X.
When's the last time they talked about Lockhart? Did they like?
It was rumored when it was a prod. Yeah, like it was rumored back when.
Did anyone actually come out and say Lockhart is a real thing?
I don't think so.
I can't recall.
No,
because I just find it so weird that I've heard so little. Like, it's all about Series X, and which it should
right.
Be. But I hear if they are planning to release as a new SKU, we just heard nothing about it. I do find that odd.
That's why I was like,
anything in months.
June would be the time to do it if they're going to do it, just because they have enough time to kind of get the message out of what this thing's all about. Yeah. But it did turn out to be true that the project name for Series X was Anaconda. Like that was that turned out to be true. And then when the rumors were announced that it was Project Anaconda, Project Lockhart, 2 consoles in development. But yeah, so that kind of, I don't know, gave credence to the Series X, but I don't know any more about it, man. It'll be very interesting to see if they go that route, but I think we'll see a deep dive into hardware one way or the other. So we'll move on to July. Right? Yeah, we're on July, right? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I think that's pretty sure that's next on the calendar.
Okay, thank you.
let me double check there.
Hold on. We're gonna have to call the experts.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. Is this the calendar makers?
Is this the calendar maker? All right, Steven, July PlayStation 5 predictions.
I kind of feel like PlayStation is kind of going to take a little bit of the same approach as Xbox in July is Microsoft's taking in June. I feel like Sony is playing a wait and see game on price and release date. I think they have something set in mind, but I want to say they're waiting for Microsoft to really be the ones to make the first move, which the way this console generation is shaping up to be. It looks like it's all Xbox's charge at this point. Because think about it, they're the first ones out the gate that said, "Hey, we got a new console in development." First ones to show it. First ones to start kind of getting stuff out there about it. Where Sony's been kind of like, "Oh, here's a logo. Here's a controller. Maybe we'll have a console in June. Maybe we won't." But I feel like Microsoft is being a lot more transparent with Phil Spencer at the lead. July, I have a feeling we're going to see at least 4 new first-person party titles that we have never heard about. So it's going to be like, if you look at last generation, or well, this current generation, what's the one of the biggest things that people say they bought a PS4 for? First-party exclusives.
Yeah. Exclusives, yeah.
Which, I mean, honestly, that's why I bought one. Like, if I'm playing a multi-platform game, I can go on my Xbox. If it's a first-party game, boom, Sony. Because, I mean, their games are fantastic. There's no denying that. And if you deny it, you're just a silly goose.
You're just a silly goose.
Halo will be there. I don't think this in July it's going to be nothing about the console whatsoever. It's going to be about first-person games. Halo is going to be shown in the later part of the event. That's going to be like their big bang. But I feel like they're going to show at least 4 new IPs and Forza, which, I mean, you can't ever really go wrong with Forza because it's literally like the best racing series over the past handful of years at this point. Because Gran Turismo hasn't really even been on the level of the games that Forza's put out.
Nah, Sport was a little disappointing.
Right. And but I do agree with you, or was it Peter who said Gran Turismo for June?
We both did, yeah.
Right. So I feel like that's probably going to be correct because you haven't heard much from Gran Turismo in quite a while. But I don't know the titles, of course, but I feel like there's going to be at least 4 new first-person IPs, and I want to say there's going to be a substantial amount of gameplay shown, especially for Halo. I think Halo is going to take up a good chunk of the event. It's going to be just about games, and I'm anxious to see what they can do for first-party games because that's one thing they've been missing. You can't deny it. I mean, of course they got their staple titles, but new innovative IPs. Well, I won't really say Sony's IPs are innovative, but they're just really good games. I mean, it's third-person action game. It's just different settings. That's really what you're getting with Sony. But they're phenomenal games. That's the thing. You can't.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. They're not really games.
I was sitting here thinking, I'm trying to get like a rebuttal, like something like, I was just like, well, I'm trying to get, I'm drawing blanks, like on something different than a third person.
They're great games. They're
with
just
a different
not
setting
innovative at all, really. Yeah. They had zombie apocalypse games. How original. God of War. You've done that 10 other times at this point.
But it's so
Spider-Man
good.
was fantastic. It is. It's so good,
so
but it's
good.
like it's nothing.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Don't fix it, right? Yeah, they haven't even had a solid FPS in a long time. Killzone was their last time they really had a first party FPS, right?
Yeah, that's the launch.
Yeah, so that's interesting, right? They just kind of said, okay, we know it works. Third person action adventure, go. So maybe, I don't know. We'll see. All right, so you kind of knocked out. You kind of did Sony and Xbox. It seems like.
Did I? Oh, yeah.
It feels like it. Maybe
Yeah,
it feels like you kind of did.
Let's go get something to eat. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're good. You've taken care of the next 10 minutes for you.
All right, I'm gonna start my watch now.
All right, as long as you have that written down, we'll keep track of those predictions. Peter, what are you thinking for July? What are you thinking for July?
Okay.
We're still on that, right?
Xbox. Yeah, so we're going to Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah, sure. Let's just knock out both at the same time. Go start with PlayStation.
Okay.
Why not, right? Who does
Yeah.
that shit?
Why not?
Yeah.
There's also the small matter of Ubisoft having their event in July as well. So
true.
that's going to play an interesting factor onto what's been shown on for Microsoft, particularly because they're having their event. We go Microsoft. Yeah, gameplay. I think that's the big word there, gameplay.
It's a big month for Xbox.
I don't see them showing off 4 new IPs. I don't see them showing that many. I'm not sure if they're ready to show that many.
On, man. My predictions are 100%
I don't think they're
accurate.
How dare you?
We're definitely getting obviously Halo Infinite is going to be the big one for the show, and then obviously the sequel to Hellblade. I think we're going to get the gameplay to that as well.
Woo!
Yeah, I think we'll see a new IP. But see, the thing about that though is didn't they come out and say for the first the launch year, I think, of the Xbox One X, they won't have an exclusive for that or for that console itself.
Yeah.
Or was it the full calendar year?
I think it was like
remember.
for at least a full year. Xbox will have Xbox One and Xbox Series X. So
Yeah,
first party exclusive.
First party, yeah.
Because we've already seen Ascension. I think they've already confirmed that doesn't run on the Xbox One. I think. I could be wrong.
Yeah, so I think they'll show first party new IP. I think they have to just to say, oh, this is coming out now next few months, whatever. Here's what it is. I kind of think Game Pass. I'm just trying to think, could they do anything more with Game Pass? I don't think they could because it's just such a good service.
I think
don't
they'll
see why
take Game Pass in June.
Is it Inside
Game
Xbox
Pass
though?
will be June.
Is July going to be called Inside Xbox? Because it's got to have Game Pass, bro.
I don't know.
They're talking about Game Pass at their event.
They're going to talk about Game Pass every time.
100%.
I'm happy though. Like, you bring more shit to Game Pass, sign me up, baby.
I'm all about it. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, and I'm going to say they're going to talk about acquiring a new studio.
Okay.
I don't know what studio, but I'll jot that one down because they're going aggressive in that market.
They already have a lot. Yeah,
For PlayStation, man, I don't even know if they'll do anything in July. Really, I think they might be involved. They might drop something for Jeff Keighley's stream. They might show something that they didn't at the whatever they didn't show in June. I think we have a pretty good idea of what they might show in July. I could even guess what that might be. Maybe something from Blue Point that they'll be working on.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Which is Demon Souls, I think the rumors is. So I won't be surprised if that's going to be shown. And it's going to knock Ubisoft out here. I think Watch Dogs Legion. I think it's got a new announcement.
Oh yeah.
Because that got delayed.
Are we doing Ubisoft too? Like what?
Wait,
it's July, man. It's July.
Let's just stick to Xbox and PlayStation because this show will go on for a long time if we'll do a Ubisoft prediction show. Peter, you're out of control, man. we'll do a Ubisoft prediction show when we get closer.
Leave it there for PlayStation, Xbox. I think we're going to talk about pricing and all that in a bit. I think so. Yeah, a quiet month for PlayStation, Xbox.
Okay,
big, obviously.
That's fair enough.
Boom! Xbox blowing up July.
Blowing up July. All right, I'm gonna start with PlayStation on July. Actually, you know what? No.
No.
It makes
That's
sense.
not how this works.
It makes sense though because Xbox kind of owns July right now. They've been hyping it up. So I'll start with Xbox because I think it makes sense for this prediction. Xbox will announce their first party games on an Inside Xbox. I think to capitalize on the hype because they're going to show Forza 8 and Halo Infinite, and they're going to show a lot of gameplay, and they're probably going to have a good, I don't even know, man, like 10-15 minutes of Halo Infinite gameplay running on Series X, and it's going to be super hype. Hopefully they nail this. Like, we haven't seen a good Halo in a long time. I mean, Halo 5 is decent, but like, we want a pure Halo game, and I think they're going back to the drawing boards, and they're going to release this Halo game that people want, fans want. They want to see Master Chief in this heroic role again, like rather than all this weird nonsense they had going on in the last couple games. We want Master Chief, and I think what they're going to do is this Halo Infinite is going to blow people away, and I think it's going to be everything that fans have been wanting, and then they're going to reveal price, pre-orders are open, and launch. Did I say launched? And release date in July. I think July they're gonna kill it, dude. I think we're going. Here's the price. Here's the release date, and here is the pre-orders are open up live. You can go out and pre-order Halo Infinite and Series X. Actually, no, yeah, you can do that. But if you want, you buy your Series X and you'll have Halo Infinite on day one because we're launching with Game Pass for a month. You can play Halo for a month for free. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just going to kill it they're going to say Game Pass. At least you get a trial. You might even get 7-day trial of Game Pass. So when you buy your Series X, you'll get to play Halo at launch. They're going to do it, man. They're going to do it. And as far as, since I've already made my prediction here, this is where I'm going to reveal my predictions for price and launch date. You guys hold off on your predictions.
No, not yet. No.
Hold off on your predictions until you say that they're going to do it. I'm getting out of control, baby. It's July and it's Xbox month. They're going to do it. They're going to say,
down, boy.
They're going to go ahead and do it. They're going to go ahead and do it because they know that they're going to take a loss on their price. They're going to release the Series X for $399. That's going to be the price of the Xbox Series X. $399. Because then PlayStation's going to be like, what the? Like, seriously, dude? And I think
shit, we can't do that.
We can't do that. And then I think PlayStation's going to have to scramble. But I think they're going to say $399 because they know it's going to make PlayStation scramble. They know it's going to be like, what? God, do we release it for $100 more and just say, hey, we have PlayStation branding, or do they have to match and take a huge loss on this?
That's what they did from 2 to 3. They were like, you know what? Fuck it. We're PlayStation. You're going to buy that stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's going to be the dilemma for PlayStation after Xbox just straight up owns July. They're going to do the launch date. Let me make sure I got my prediction correct here. Launch date will be November 6th.
You're doing the date too? Oh my god!
Yeah, because I said they're gonna do price, launch date, and pre-orders open up. So this is where I get to do my predictions. You get to go next, baby. This is my turn. This is Xbox of month. November 6th. It's gonna break the tradition that Xbox has been keeping at least as far back as 360 goes. 360's released November 22nd, and so did the Xbox One. November 22nd, but both of those were the Friday or the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, Black Friday. Like they always release their console, at least from the 360. My bad. I don't know about the Xbox. I haven't done my fact check on that, but
I'll look it up. Don't worry.
Thank you. Yeah, correct me. They released their console. They released their console a week before Black Friday, and I think what they're going to do is they're going to have to rethink that strategy because they cannot let PlayStation, who has released their consoles, history has shown they released their consoles 2 weeks before Black Friday. So PlayStation always gets that week ahead. Or at least as far as last generation goes, they got that jump start. And then Xbox had to release a week later. What do you got, Steven? Feels like you got something.
November 15th. 2001 for the original Xbox.
November 15th. Okay, so they did, and it worked out for them there. And they also launched with a Halo game with the original Xbox.
That was, yeah. They actually the Halo IP was supposed to be on Mac, I believe, first, and then Microsoft bought it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right. I didn't know about the Mac part, but I know that it was a PC game that they claimed the rights to it and launched with the Halo, the revolutionary FPS. So,
dude, change.
They haven't launched with a Halo game since the original Xbox. So,
we're changing that now.
We're gonna change it. We're gonna release November 6th, and we're gonna get a jump. Or at least I'm talking like I'm Phil Spencer, but because we're gonna get a jump on the competition. But yeah, they're gonna get a jump on the competition November 6th. And I think, I think I covered all my bases there. Those are all my predictions for July. I think Xbox is coming out swinging.
We might as well do our release date in our price now.
Once you get to your part where you think they're going to announce the release date, unless that's next month for you in August.
It's gonna be now.
It's gonna be in August. It's gonna be now, man. Freaking Xbox. What are they doing? Oh wait, no wait. I haven't finished my prediction. I'm sorry. I went on about my hype for this for July and for Xbox. Moving on to PlayStation, how they respond. I think PlayStation will announce. Did I do that right? Yeah. Okay. I waited. Okay. So in July, I think PlayStation's going to hold off because they have to think about what Xbox just did, and I think they're going to be waiting for that anyways. They're going to be waiting for see if Xbox announces a price. So I think for them to respond to it, they'll announce games can be upgraded to the PS5, similar to the smart delivery, and then they'll focus on saying, hey, that game that you bought last month that was a masterpiece, Last of Us 2, will play on the PS5, and it will be upgraded for free.
Better.
I think that's what they'll do.
Oh,
they'll do something. They'll do something low key because they're going to be scrambling like a duck on a pond, baby. Calm on the surface. What the heck do we do about that price? You know what I mean? So and then that'll bring me to next month. So go ahead, Steven. August. Okay.
Sony is. I think they're going to do something similar to smart delivery, but there's certain things that Sony doesn't implement as well as, say, Microsoft. So I don't think this is going to be implemented as well as the smart delivery is for Microsoft.
Okay.
I don't know.
They have to do it though. They have to do something similar. Like that would be so bad if they said Last of Us 2 Definitive Edition will be on PS5 and you have to buy it separately.
Yeah, no, they're not doing that. I wouldn't be surprised if their way of doing it is very similar to Microsoft's, because the games are going, the third parties are going to be designed the same for the machines. How much is it going to be different in that to upgrade it? You know, so I think they're pretty much going to copy Microsoft when it comes to that.
I think so too. I think so too, and I think that's what they'll discuss in July. And I think people are going to be happy about that, even though Xbox just kind of came out swinging. They did their thing. PlayStation will respond with that and just be like, hey, we have a masterpiece that released last month and you can play it on PS5 and it's going to look like this. Maybe they'll even show gameplay of what it'll look like on PS5. All right. So Steven, August.
All right. So August is going to be the pricing and the release date for both companies for me. I feel like Microsoft is going to get ahead on this one just because they were behind in the last generation, so they want to get ahead on this one. Now, my launch date for the Xbox is October 27th.
Whoa! We go in October.
October. That way they can get an early jump on it. I feel like it kind of will help alleviate some of the supply issues if they launch it earlier. That way they can kind of be caught up for the holiday season.
Mm-hmm. That's smart. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's one way they can do it. I agree with you on the price point, $399.99. I feel like that's going to be that's where they're going to nail it. So they're basically going to take Sony's process last generation and just apply it to this generation. So they're going to be cheaper than Sony. They're going to launch before Sony. Um, as far as August, I kind of feel like they might kind of show some little things about the console that we don't really know. Uh, I think they'll have like another. They'll probably show more Halo, like gameplay. I feel like August is going to be the month of gameplay for even third party games. So I feel like they'll show like Valhalla on the Xbox Series X. They'll show some Halo, and then they'll show some other launch third person games, not third person, but third party games that are going to be coming to the Series X. Sony, they're kind of. I feel like Microsoft is probably going to take the beginning of the month, and Sony might take the middle to the end. But I'm looking at. Now I'm kind of thinking about this release date. I might bump it up a little, but the price point is going to be $499.99. I think.
Oof, yeah.
Okay. I don't think they're going to be able to get to the price point that Microsoft has, just because they're not nearly as powerful a company as Microsoft is. They can't take the same hit.
They can't take the same hit.
Right. Yeah. So
Okay,
let me pull up. I'm going to change my release date a little bit.
Okay.
I'm going to go with November 10th. I think Microsoft is going to get a 2-week jump on them.
Okay.
I was kind of going November 3rd the week before, but I think the 10th will probably be more along the lines for Sony. As far as what they'll show, I think they'll kind of talk about the console more, because in my version they've already revealed it in June. Yeah. They'll kind of reiterate some of the first party games that they currently have, and then possibly something that's going to be in development for. Sony has a problem with announcing games and then they don't come out for like 3 or 4 years. Last Guardian.
I saw a to comment on that real quick. I saw a on this day memory thing that I posted the top like 5 hype moments of E3 2017, and like the thumbnail was Last of Us 2. I was like, oh man.
I think game developers are kind of learning from that. So, like when I have like these conferences every year, I would want to show games that are coming out before the next conference. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's cool to kind of like throw a game out there, say, "Hey, this game's in development. You know, it's coming. It's coming."
Yeah,
but like, it doesn't really do much good to show a game like 2 or 3 years before it actually releases, and all of them are guilty of it. It's just Sony's games seems to be the ones that end up taking longer to come out.
Yeah. So they jump the gun a lot. Sometimes it's nice, but sometimes you're just like, okay, I don't expect to play that game in a long time.
Right.
Type thing.
I like games that I'm going to play within that year after the conference or before the conference. Like, that's kind of the point. I feel like, because they do it yearly, so it's not like there's no pressure to show something 2 years down the road, because you could just show it next year. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. So, all right. So, you got PlayStation. To summarize, what was your PlayStation? Like, what are they going to do? Are they going to? Did you say they're going to announce price?
They're going to announce price. They're going to announce release date after Microsoft.
So they're after Microsoft.
They're going to just show, right? Yeah.
Okay. So they're going to announce their price after Microsoft is quoting. That was what I was kind of curious about. Who says it first? Who goes first? So
I feel like Microsoft is going to have to say it first, just because they've been out the gate like.
I think they're going to be confident.
Step of the way, right?
They'll just be confident with their low price, $399. I think they're going to be confident with it.
Yeah.
All right, Peter, what do you got, man?
Man, tough. Man. August, tough. I think, I think Microsoft would have already announced their price by August. I think Sony are going to wait them out. I'm thinking as a PlayStation fan, you two are very much into Xbox.
That's not true, though. Not true. I don't.
No,
I
no,
like
that's
to
not, that's not an
consider
insult. I'm just
myself
saying
very biased, or not unbiased. I consider myself very
very
unbiased,
biased.
very biased towards video
I,
games.
I'm I'm kind of I was worried at first of what Sony was going to do with the silence, but the longer they've gone on, the more I think they kind of have a strategy now in place, and I think a lot of that is actually waiting on Microsoft to go.
Hmm.
So I think
That's our strategy. We're just gonna wait, sit in
it's
the
a
bushes and
strategy.
wait.
It's what I would do.
I mean, okay. I mean, like, so
I
yeah. I'll get when it comes to me. I'll say that. Go ahead.
I wouldn't be surprised if they go the same price point as Xbox, because I say that on basis of they will be predicting that they will sell a lot of units in the territories of Japan, EU, and North America, where they traditionally do really well, and also the software side of it as well. So I think they're going to take a good hit on the PS5, like they did
Oh,
with the
they're gonna
PS3.
take a good hit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But I wouldn't be surprised if they go the same as Xbox, assuming that's $399. I think Xbox will release a month before PlayStation 5.
What?
Yeah, I think they'll go a month beforehand.
So like,
Xbox.
so give me
I,
give
I,
me some
I, I'd
dates.
I don't have any dates nailed down. I would probably go the middle of October for Microsoft, and then middle-ish of November for Sony.
Let me help you out.
Yeah, so I'm
Uh,
looking. I was going to say I don't know what American holidays are in November. I was going to say Friday the 13th, because just a Friday the 13th.
Friday the
I think
13th.
I
Yeah.
kind of like that date. I think
Yeah.
it'd be cool to release the PS5
That
on.
that coincides with PlayStation's 2 weeks before Thanksgiving
Yeah,
tradition.
yeah, Thanksgiving over there. Yeah, so like traditionally, Sony has released, I think, after Xbox, like I think last generation, and especially with the
Yeah.
PS3 and the 360, that's like another year where I'm living. So I don't think that bothers them going a month after Xbox at all. And
I don't think it
it'll
does
give them
either.
more- I'll give them more time on the manufacturing side, which they're kind of supposed to be slowing, only making a certain amount of units. So I think that buys them a bit of time.
COVID-19.
Yeah, it sucks.
So, dude,
So-
yeah, it's messing up everything. Is it
Yeah,
going to mess
it's
up the release date? You're
cat and mouse.
saying, you're
I
saying a
really
month
wouldn't-
for Xbox. I want to get like a solid date. I can help you out with that, Peter. Let me help you out. Tuesday in October is you got the 20th and the 27th, or the 13th if you're going if you're nasty.
I think for Xbox, I think you're releasing on the Friday.
On a Friday, you have 16th,
Well, what are they
23rd,
doing?
and 30th. So you have 16th, 23rd, and 30th, or the 9th?
Yeah, I think Xbox will go the 9th of October. Sony, I'm going to go with.
Dude.
I'm going to go with Sony for. I want to say the 13th, but I don't. I think I don't think they'll go for that. I think probably Friday the 6th of November. Either way, I think they're going a month after Xbox. And
Okay.
I don't think that's a bad one either. I don't think it's a bad.
I mean, it's very crazy.
It shows confidence. It shows confidence
yeah.
in a way, I think.
That would be crazy, but you also got to think that Halo would have to be ready on the 6th as well, like in October. Like Halo has to be ready for launch.
Yeah, well, you could say for like The Last of Us will probably be upgraded for November.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, it'll already be out,
Yeah,
but so I think will Halo Infinite already be out, or is that?
that's what I'm
not
saying.
the
Like
same-
Halo, like if you're going to release the Xbox One or the Xbox Series X, if you're going to release it in October, Halo's got to be ready in October, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
You can only imagine. You can only imagine that they'd have that done.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine. Like they'd be cutting it too close to the wire if you're talking a matter of 2 weeks or 3 weeks for a game such as that.
Okay. Okay. So you said I just want to clarify. Xbox October 6th.
Okay.
Or no, October 9th. And then November 6th for PlayStation 5.
Yeah,
That's exciting.
Either way, I think it's a month difference. I think.
Okay. I like
wouldn't be
that.
surprised.
So I'm looking at the past 3 generations of Xbox release days. not specifically the dates. So we got a
Yeah.
Friday, a Thursday, and a Tuesday.
Oh, I knew that. I knew that like one of the PlayStation dates. I don't know if it was 3 or no. It was definitely 3. I think
That was a weekday.
that released
I
on a
remember getting that.
Saturday. But I don't
Saturday?
think we're going to see Saturday release. But one of the consoles, one of the PlayStation consoles, came out on a Saturday, which was interesting. But yeah. So okay, Peter. So for
Yeah.
so you're thinking August is going to be a pretty lit month. It's going to have some
I think so.
pricing,
yeah,
release
look,
dates.
again, the whole summer has been thrown off with these all mini events and obviously the COVID.
Yeah,
We would have gotten all this information
at E3.
Like in 3 weeks' time at E3, if it was happening, we would have got it for Sony and Xbox. It would have happened. E3, God bless it.
God bless
R.I.P.
I think so. Sadly, I'm glad we went last year.
I think Sony. I think people are kind of underestimating Sony a bit because they've had their cards so close to their chest, and I'm really, as a PlayStation fan, I'm really excited to see what they can potentially deliver.
Okay.
Or they can just fuck it up.
No, they're not going to. They're not going to. All right, so this is where
PlayStation 2 released on a Saturday, March 4th, 2000.
Okay.
Wow. What about
that's a long time ago.
check a PS3 as well? I feel like that was a Saturday, but
Yeah. That's what I'm looking now.
yeah.
I feel like for me it was on a weekday because it was delayed in Europe by like nearly a year.
Oh God, that's. Oh, I remember when
25th of
worldwide
March.
releases weren't a thing.
God.
Oh God.
25th of March, I'll never forget it.
All right, here we go. Here are my predictions for August. Let me bring up my sheet real quick because those are some exciting ones from Faderman. That's what both of you guys had some exciting ones. This is August, right? All right, so August. Guess what's in August, guys? Gamescom by Jeff Keighley, opening night live, right?
Cool. Yeah.
Guess who's going to have a massive presence at opening night live? PlayStation, baby. Will they? Will they do? Will they? A game night will be there. No, I was kidding. We'll be there live streaming it. No. All right. This is good. This is interesting because when I made the prediction, I didn't think. I was like, will PlayStation have their own event? Sometimes I feel like PlayStation wants to own that event, but if they do it at opening night live, they got a lot of attention. But I will say they will have a big presence at Gamescom, whether or not it's at opening night live or they do their own presentation like the week of Gamescom or the day before, whatever. But PlayStation's going to take advantage of a big news event like Gamescom. This is where PlayStation gets the hype from me. This is where PlayStation gets the hype because they've been building up the anticipation for a long time. All right. Everybody's on board with the Xbox. Last month, according to my roadmap, Xbox just knocked it out of the park. It's time for PlayStation to regroup and figure out what to do about that $399 price tag. What they're going to do is announce it for $399. They're going to say, okay, we match it. And then
match it.
They're going to match it. They're going to reveal the console itself. Finally, you get to see the machine. There it is. And then they're going to say, here's the machine. It's $399. It comes out on November 13th. And then, which is Friday the 13th. Pre-orders will be taken, opened up for pre-orders. What else are they going to do? Anything else, Danny? No. Okay. So they're going to show the console. Yeah. Boom. They show the console. There it is. They might even touch on another exclusive, Gran Turismo 7. Maybe they'll deep dive into that running on the machine just to get people hype about pre-ordering. If you're going to drop a price in a pre-order, you have to give them something other than the console, which at this point, who knows, man, that might be enough because people are going to be so excited. Like, oh, I got a console. I got to go buy it or pre-order. You know what I mean?
They showed it. They finally showed it.
I'm going to be one of them, to be honest, unless if it looks like garbage. I don't think it will. But I'm going to be like, oh my God, there it is. I see it. I see it. I want it now. You know what I mean? Like I want it.
Yeah.
You showed me something I want. I want it. And then I'm going to go out there and I'm going to probably get my pre-orders as well. But it would be nice to throw in like a little extra incentive, like, hey, here's Gran Turismo 7 running on the PS5. And then and Gran Turismo 7, like I said earlier in the show, beautiful game like racing games are beautiful ways to show off next gen. So people are going to be like, wow, that looks freaking amazing. I'm going to go out and get it. Boom. You know what I mean? So I think Gamescom around that time for PlayStation, that's when they reveal their cards, and then if they match the price of Series X, PlayStation fans could be like, "Let's go!" You know what I mean? Take that, Series X. You know what I mean? So we'll see, man. And then we'll see. I think that's where I'm going. I think it's going to be a big month for PlayStation. I think, and then I go with I gotta get Microsoft's response, right, or Xbox response, and that was going to be August. So let me go to August real quick. I think Xbox last month they did a first party Xbox inside Xbox. August they're going to do a third party inside Xbox. That's what I got. I think it'll be third party inside Xbox. I don't think it'll be anything too special. Big Game Pass announcements, but third party. And it's going to be also Gamescom. They'll probably have a presence there as well. Yeah. They'll probably have the Series X playable at Gamescom. I think.
The question is
Gamescom
still going to go on?
That's a good question. So if it is, it probably will.
It's confirmed. It's canceled. So it's all digital.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then I guess we won't have actual playable consoles, but I think we'll see a lot more gameplay. From them, and I think third party is going to be Xbox's like main focus in August. So there we go.
But the main question is, when are we going to see the new Batman game?
I think we'll see it in June. I think we're going to see it in June, and I think it'll be Sony's. Yeah, I didn't throw that in the prediction, but let's go ahead and throw that in there. I think Sony's big games lineup. They'll show Batman Court of Owls or whatever it's called.
That'd be cool.
All right, dude. So that was my August for big month for PlayStation there. So Sony or Xbox had July. PlayStation's going to have August, and once again, just PlayStation playing the I don't know what you would call it, man, but they're just responding, I think. And then to comment earlier, the hype for Xbox is here, right? The hype. We see the box. We've seen it in action in little snippets here and there. We know a lot about the machine, so the hype is there. For PlayStation, though, I think they're
anticipation.
Yeah, I think they're playing it smart, and this is my opinion. I know a lot of people that I've talked to, they're kind of like, "Oh man, Xbox is killing it" and all this other stuff. But if you think about it, I feel like PlayStation is really they're controlling it. They have it under control. I mean, you got Last of Us 2 coming out next month. They're fine. They still got big hitters. Ghost of Tsushima, for me, it didn't turn out to be as, like, from the gameplay thing they showed, it wasn't as spectacular as I was hoping, but it is a big game. It's going to be their swan song or whatever. But they're comfortable. But once June is over, they're going to come out the gates. You know what I mean?
It's going to be such a intriguing few months for both companies to see how they deliver their message and what they show. And all
right, well, we got
for all of us, it's good.
We got for some of us, Peter, we have two more months to cover before November when they launch. But
in November,
yeah. I mean, when we think they launch,
that's
Peter.
That's only Xbox though.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Peter said early October. Get out of here. I did like the 27th of October. Kind of feels like the more I hear it, I'm like, that feels all right, Steven.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
I feel like that's too late for Microsoft. I don't know why. I just think it does. I don't know.
All right.
Well, so everything else has been released in November. So
unanimously, though, we have all said
it's Peter.
We're in strange times, gentlemen.
Strange times it is. Unanimously, though, we said Xbox will go first.
Launch first.
Yeah, launch first. Yeah. And we unanimously said that Xbox will announce their price first. Interesting there. All right, Steven, we got what? Can you check the calendar, guys, again? And is it September? It's September.
Yep.
I'm gonna get in touch with my people.
Yeah, get in touch. I think September follows August. So
Hey,
you go,
hey Google, what comes after October? Or no, wait, hold on. Stop over again.
All right, dude. September, man. What do we got, Steven?
This one's a little bit tougher because it's kind of like an in-between month of their pretty big August, and then my variation of the console coming out. So I think they'll have a nice inside Xbox where they kind of talk about the console a little bit more. They kind of talk about some of the neat little things that it can do versus, say, the Xbox One X or the Xbox One S. Like what this one does differently than, because at this point they just have to sell people the console. Like they want
the cat's out of the bag.
You to know,
let's go.
Right, they want you to know what this one does differently than the previous one. So there'll definitely be some more gameplay showed off. They'll probably show a few of the first party games that they announced. Some of the 4 they announced back in July, running on the console, like where someone's like actually playing the game in the studio or wherever they have it, probably still remotely. I don't think anything crazy is coming out, considering they already announced the release date and the price. This is kind of just selling the console to people at this point that are kind of on the fence. Like, hey, look, we know we weren't that great last generation with first party. Like, they're going to just keep reiterating the fact that they got first party games knocking down the door. And I feel like one of those 4 games is going to be a launch title, aside from the one they already said, the Ascent one.
Okay.
But yeah, that's kind of what I feel for Xbox. As for Sony, I think they'll have a little state of play where it's I'm gonna go with. I still feel like Horizon Zero Dawn is going to be a launch title. Like I really do.
That's fair.
That's they'll show more gameplay. They'll probably have a state of play of gameplay just for that, kind of like they did with Ghost of Tsushima. But they'll also talk about how the LED light on the front of the console lights up 1,000 times faster than the PS4 version. No, but they'll talk about, they'll kind of be in the same mode where Microsoft is. But
Peter, are you sure we're Xbox? Are you sure?
I think I know. Just something's telling me.
Steven, definitely. Okay.
Yeah.
I get them both though, but
you do.
My hardware preference has been Microsoft over the years.
Okay. Yeah.
I won't deny it. Just I like Microsoft from a hardware standpoint, just because they also have a big hand in PCs, where Sony just kind of does like TVs and surround sounds, stuff like that. But I just feel like the hardware side of things, I like Microsoft better. But the fact that they're touting the PS4 as being, or the PS5 as being 100 times faster than the PS4, that's a lot. And like, how can you actually prove that, really? Like how can you prove that number besides from a power standpoint?
Maybe they will, man. Let's focus on that.
They'll definitely talk more about the SSD. I just think Sony's kind of like, they don't feel like they have to really sell you this console like Microsoft feels like they have to sell you the console.
And I feel like, that's what kind of makes it exciting for Xbox, this going into this launch, I will say, is because Xbox is so, like, they seem more passionate about what they are showing rather than PlayStation seems more like, not cocky, but they're confident.
No,
they know they're going into it.
The words.
They're silently confident.
Yeah.
PlayStation is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of like you're going in. You got the underdog, and everybody loves an underdog. So it's kind of exciting. I think people they want to see Xbox succeed. If you're a gamer, you want to see Xbox succeed. If you're a fanboy, yeah, of course you're loving it. If you're a PlayStation fanboy, if you're an Xbox fanboy, you're loving this too because they're giving you everything you want. So, but yeah. So Steven, is for what I gather, you think September is going to be like a deep dive into the PlayStation 5 hardware, like not hardware, but like so. UI and stuff.
I think they'll show the UI off, but I also feel like they'll have a pretty decent dive into the hardware itself as to kind of why they designed it the way they did. I'm still like kind of on the fence about like what it's actually going to look like. Because I really don't know. Like, I mean, I've seen like the artist mock-ups and then like the leaks and like.
But according to your predictions, though, they've already shown the console, right? Or are we saying September is when they're showing the console?
No, they showed it in June.
They've already shown it. Okay,
but I'm just like speculating, like
okay,
probably looks like.
Got you. Yeah, I just okay.
Right.
All right.
But they'll talk more about the console itself, why the design is the way it is, and then they'll probably show off a new cross media bar because their UI is garbage.
Ooh, that's subjective.
I really don't like PlayStation UI. I really don't like.
I'm actually the exact opposite.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. It's so much better than Xbox.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, just get me to the game. That's all I want. I don't want to do anything.
Yeah. I was that's gonna be a good topic for a later one. I have a topic for final report card for this generation, and that's on there, like UI. I love it. I love PlayStation's menus. It's fast, snappy, and yeah. But anyways, I'm sorry. Go. So did you do Xbox? Did you get what are they going to do in September?
Yeah. Were you not paying attention?
No, I wasn't. I was still focused on the whatever it was. I was focused on. What was that? What was Xbox? What was Xbox?
They're going to show off more gameplay for first-party games for sure.
Okay, that's fine. People watching, they were paying attention. I just wanted to know. All right, Peter. No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up with a couple different things right now. Go ahead.
So September. September's a tough month because you're so close to the launch of both consoles, but we have no idea really what they're showing at by that stage.
We're in that in between, right?
Yeah.
What you have predicted they are going to show, that's what you're going off.
Yeah, like going off of us, we've kind of put ourselves in this predicament.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, yeah. So I think I'll start with Sony, probably I think easier. Yeah, state of play, I think they pretty much would have to do one that close to launch. I think they won't focus on one game. I think they'll focus on a few smaller games. Games like Resogun that came out for the PS4 launch. I think games of that scale, maybe.
Okay.
And they might
indie games and stuff like that too.
Yeah. I think this is coming PlayStation exclusive launch, even though it's only a smaller game. But like, look how well Resogun did. I think they would probably show the UI. I kind of hoped they would have shown the UI, but then
I would. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like.
Yeah. Maybe they might show a PS4 game running on the PS5, and we have that leaked Spider-Man video where it shows the differences. I think
100 times faster.
Yeah, you see Peter Parker 100 times faster going through New York.
Yeah.
So I think they'll get an official video of that, and might even be Spider-Man, might be something else, and just show. Just a reminder at that stage, so close to launch. Oh yeah, here's how quick it is.
Okay.
So I think they do that. I think Sony will be quiet for September. Still not quiet. Xbox, yeah, they're doing the inside Xbox. That's confirmed. What do you show on that? Like, see, that's the thing with Xbox. I don't know what you would show that you haven't shown already. More games, obviously. More into the gameplay. Again, maybe smaller titles, but. For a console itself, I don't know what you. I think you'd have whoever's presenting would actually have the Xbox Tower right beside them, the finished products, just to have it there for visual.
I think from announcement on, they're going to be Xbox is going to be sitting there. Yeah.
I just new Game Pass games obviously, but I can't see on the hardware side of the Xbox what more they could show by that stage. I think it's just going to be more smaller games, gameplay, and just hit again a few points just before launch. It's very vague, but
it's fair enough because September's. Yeah, I have September as a quiet month too. Like, to be honest, I have PlayStation. I think they're gonna do, like you said, like I said, indie, but smaller game titles, things. Maybe even just like talk about the launch lineup. Like, here is the official launch lineup. You're gonna be able to play Madden 21, all this other stuff. Like, here's the official launch lineup. Nothing like too exciting, but it is the way of saying, maybe even showing. Just lower end games. They might talk about some indie stuff. I think Xbox is going to have a quiet one as well, but it is going to be inside Xbox, and I think we're going to see maybe an indie game showcase. But I had my prediction as they will showcase xCloud in September. They'll showcase xCloud and maybe even come out of beta, and like have it ready to go. xCloud is officially launched, and it'll be ready for when you get your Series X. And when you get your Series X, here's how it's going to be implemented. And like, here's it. You know what I mean? I know I talked about that earlier. I think what I said earlier was that they would just announce that they're going to have xCloud implementation, and then now they're going to talk about it. I think in September they'll talk about here's how it's going to work. And I think one of those things is going to be something that I think would be a beautiful implementation of it, would be having, if I want to buy a game off the store, I just click purchase, and then I can play it right away on my Series X. Of course, I'm streaming it through xCloud, so there will be latency and all that other stuff. But once it's downloaded, I'm already a good, 30 minutes into my game, and I can just go back to playing the hard drive version. So you're just like, it's that instantaneous getting into games, and I think that'll be definitely implemented into Game Pass as well. Because if you see a game on Game Pass, some of the time, you got to be honest, you don't download it because you're like, I won't get into it for another I guess I'll download it, save it for another day, and then by the next day, you don't feel like playing it. So I think it's going to be about that discoverability of a game, maybe even giving you like a trial of it that you can play right away, and you don't have to download the trial. Just go right to get people to buy the games. And I think that's a great use of xCloud built into a console. So I think they'll do that. So maybe it won't be that quiet for Xbox, but because that's a pretty big thing.
That's pretty big, Danny.
That's pretty big. That's what she said. But
what date is Cyberpunk out? Because that
September.
could show up.
September.
That could show up at their inside Xbox, depending what date they do theirs, because they're that exclusive.
Ooh, that's true. They could be having.
Looks of it.
Oh, you're right. They could do something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, I forgot about Cyberpunk there completely.
Yeah, it's a September release, so that would be around that quiet month. Yeah. All right, now we're going to go on to October. So we're there. Some of us, it's the month before the launch, and then
some of us, it is the launch.
For me, it's right, and then some of us, it is the launch. So maybe just for one of us, it's the month before. But so Steven, this is the month that Xbox releases. Is that all you got for Xbox? You think that's
they're definitely gonna hit hard in the advertisements. Like, you're gonna see Series X all over everything at this point, because the console is launching at the end of the month.
Boom.
So I think you'll see more little like pop-ups here and there of like Series X related stuff coming up on like your Xbox dashboard. There'll be little videos. They'll put a lot,
the whole
more,
9 yards.
Yeah, right. There'll be a lot more shorter like digital events this month leading up to it, and of course before the launch day they'll have like a big like. It's gonna be weird because it's like, how's the month gonna kind of be with everybody maybe going back to a normal type of state? Like, are they going to have a big launch party like they normally do, or are they just going to have a big digital launch event? Like, I don't know, like, because no one knows what the state of the world's going to look like at that point. Because normally they have like their big launch event in like New York at their Microsoft store, like their flagship store on Fifth Avenue or wherever the hell it is. But they always are there. That's like a big party for their launch titles or for their launch events, like the consoles. So worst case scenario, it's a big digital launch event, and they're giving like Xbox Series X's away by just, you could win all kinds of prizes for watching the launch event.
Okay.
I know sometimes they, like, when you tune in the stuff on Mixer, you get free shit. Like, I know I think I watched like E3 on Mixer, and they'll like send you like a free digital something or another.
Yeah, if you watch the Series X launch event, you get a week of Game Pass. So tune in so you can have games to play.
Stuff like that. Like, that's neat.
It's Game Pass.
I mean, that's neat.
Yeah, definitely.
Fucking Game Pass.
Come on. Why not? Why would you tune?
I feel like Sony is gonna be on the offensive too, like, because I mean the new console for Xbox is coming out this month, so it's like, hey, we got to make sure people know, hey, Sony's coming out in November. Like, you will wait for this console. You don't want to buy an Xbox, you want a PlayStation 5, and then they're gonna continually reiterate what. Yeah, like, they're going to continually reiterate what makes Sony great in terms of their first-party games. Like, you're going to see a lot more small state of plays from Sony in the month of October up through all the launch day for the PlayStation 5. Like, because Sony's going to put themselves out there a little bit more than they have been up to this point, because they feel like they're going to have to, because in my variation, they're going to be $100 more than the Xbox Series X. Mm-hmm. So they got to make you say, hey, this is why you're going to buy a PlayStation over an Xbox. So there's going to be a lot of digital events, I feel like, for both companies, just not of like the enormity of, say, like July or August. It'll just be a bunch of little shorter events kind of telling you why you should buy each console at this point.
Okay.
So nothing crazy, just a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, nothing crazy, just a lot of going on. In the launch of the Xbox Series X.
In the launch of the Series Xbox.
That's pretty awesome. I think you're right, though. PlayStation will have to be super aggressive, especially in your world, in your alternate timeline, where they're going to be at a higher price. Huh?
Yeah.
2-week difference and a higher price.
They're either banking on the name shocked. PlayStation. I would be too. I mean, they're banking on the name PlayStation.
Shocked.
Or they're going to say, I mean, in your variation, you're also right. Or in your variation, you also said that Horizon Zero Dawn 2 is a launch title. So that could be enough. It wouldn't work in my variation where I said they're only going to launch with Godfall and Gran Turismo. You can't release a $100 more console with it. No. I mean, maybe.
I think that'd be a pretty bad lineup if they did Godfall and Gran Turismo. Overall,
yeah. Well, I mean,
I think it'd be pretty weak.
Look at history, man. PlayStation doesn't really have the strongest launch lineups. What was it? Killzone Shadowfall? And Knack?
Yeah.
It's like that was it for PS4.
Don't forget Resogun.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I think everybody forgot that game except you.
So good.
But yeah, I mean, like, so PlayStation might be just banking on the fact that, like, hey, we're PlayStation. We sold millions of consoles. You know what I mean? We're good.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going with.
Yeah. So if they say we could do $4.99, that's fine. The people will still buy it. I mean, and honestly, it's not wrong. People are going to still buy a PS4 or PS5.
Yeah.
So
I think Sony can take the financial hit. It's selling it at a super low price. I really don't.
And that's the thing. Like, they're gonna sit there and think, like, we either take a financial hit and sell, maybe essentially we're going to sell the same amount of PS5s as we would have, because people are going to buy them. So we can just sell it for $4.99. Maybe, I don't know, because they have such a strong fan base.
I just don't think they want to repeat the PS3. Like I got a PS3
Yeah.
at launch night.
Well,
I paid
$5.99. No, thank you.
I paid €630 launch
you
night for my
you
PS3.
can't go $5.99. They learned their lessons there. That's for sure.
Can't do it.
Peter, what do you got for?
Think about it. Even if
Oh.
you sell $12 million, but if you're losing money on every single one, you're not making money. Sure, you got a bigger install base, but you're not. You don't.
Yeah.
These companies don't really make money on the console till much later in the cycle of the console.
Yeah, but nowadays it's all about the software. That's what
it's getting you into the ecosystem.
Sony want, they want to get those consoles in software. That's the money.
Right. They want to get you into the ecosystem. You own a Xbox or a PlayStation now, and now you're going to go. Obviously, it's going to sell a ton of copies of Horizon Zero Dawn when it comes out, or something like that.
October for
October.
myself and my alternate universe. So that means we're on the verge of Xbox launching.
Potentially
right?
alternate universe.
Right. Yeah, potentially. We could be the alternates.
Yeah. I'm happy with mine.
Yours are bold, man.
Yeah, very bold. Yeah, unrealistic, but why not?
We'll see, man. So October.
So October. Well, Microsoft don't really have much time to do anything at the beginning of October because they're hitting launch.
Boom, launch. That's it for Microsoft.
Straight away.
It's launch. Yeah.
I really hope that people can, when it's safe to do so, can go out and get their consoles at midnight.
Yes,
that's really cool thing to do. So I hope that could be done.
Mm-hmm.
So for Microsoft, it's just going to be again advertisements. They're going to be having the Xbox, they're going to be flying off the shelves. People want a new console at this stage.
So October's launch for Xbox.
October's launch. I don't think Xbox has to do too much in October, bar just advertisements and just get the consoles out. I don't, they're not going to be focusing too much on anything else bar the launch. Sony, I think Sony will probably just drop a trailer here or there just before at the end of October. So it's like, oh yeah, this is coming next month.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sticking with Horizon Zero Dawn for launch title. I think they need a strong title like that. I think Godfall's unproven. No idea what that game's about.
Right.
So I don't think you can, bank on that. I think, they're going to be hitting the same price as Xbox, regardless of what the price point will be. I think they have to hit the same price. They can't be more expensive.
Yeah, because in your universe, PlayStation's releasing a full month after Xbox, and Xbox is October 9th, kicking off the month.
Yeah, so I think
PlayStation's going to keep quiet. You think, or are they going to?
I think they're gonna just set little reminders out to people. They won't have a state of play. I don't think after the Xbox launch. I think they're just gonna go advertisements. Horizon Zero Dawn plastered everywhere, and the $3.99 price points that's plastered everywhere.
Okay.
I think Sony will probably be I won't say laid back approach, but I think they'll be confident if in my universe they're going at $3.99 with a Horizon Zero Two, going at launch. So man, exciting times.
Okay.
Times.
Horizon Zero Dusk.
Wow!
Did I just do it?
Wow!
Whoa! Let's see. What was Xbox launch date? We got bagels in the chat right now. What was Xbox launch date? 11/20/12? 2012? No, it was 2013. 11/22/2013. All right. My predictions for October. I think October for PlayStation is going to be an interesting one because it's also, for me in my universe, they both come out in November. So this is the month to just push. You know what I mean? So October, we're going to see the heavy hitter AAA title from each console. We will see Halo Infinite Deep Dive. And we're going to see some awesome gameplay and maybe even like a new gameplay, obviously. Awesome trailer that's going to get people hyped. You know what? multiplayer. They'll probably show multiplayer in October to kind of like say, here's Halo Infinite multiplayer. That'd be good. And then for PlayStation, they're going to push. Obviously, you're going to push Godfall and Gran Turismo 7. This is my world where those are the two launch
Terrible
titles.
world.
It is. It's
Terrible
not a
world.
great one. It's not a great launch lineup, especially when you're launching with Xbox with Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. But I think what they're going to do to counter that is they're going to announce, or I think in my world they've already kind of teased it, but I think what they'll do is Horizon Zero Dawn 2. Here it is. Release date February 2021. So go get your PlayStation console for the holidays, and you'll have Horizon Zero Dawn for early next year. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to hit launch window, but I think they'll say it's coming. And yeah, because you also got to think kind of financially for Sony. You know, they don't need to release 4. I don't even like what is the total at right now? Exclusive games for PS4 that are just massive success or going to be a massive success. Final Fantasy VII Remake exclusive to PlayStation 4, so they had that going for them. Last of Us 2, they have that going for them. Ghost of Tsushima going for them. I think Neo 2 came out earlier in the year. Sure, throw that in there. Like, just they don't really need to release another AAA Horizon Zero Dawn in the same year. They could and kill it. You know what I mean? Like, it just straight up own 2020, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. I would say that that's my prediction. I think they're just gonna PlayStation will give you a release date for Horizon Zero Dawn 2. It's coming. It'll be early next year. May not be February, but it'll be early next year. And then Xbox will be like, here's Halo Infinite multiplayer. Here's a super awesome story trailer to get you hyped.
Oh, bitch.
Boom. And then I think, yeah, so as far as this prediction show, we're going to conclude it out with November because that's it, baby. We're launching. Somebody's launching. In Steven's world, it's going to be PlayStation. So, I mean, and there's really nothing to say other than marketing, pushing, and stuff like that. PlayStation's going to launch, and then what'd you say? PlayStation will launch November 6th. Is that what you said, Steven?
No, November 10th.
November 10th.
2 weeks after the Xbox.
So November 10th for Steven, and then November 13th, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I like Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. I had November 13th as well for PlayStation. So,
Yeah.
And then also for me in November, Xbox will launch the first week of November 6th. So there it is. Those are our roadmap predictions for next gen monthly.
I can't wait to see how badly we all got it wrong.
I know, man. I was like, or got it right. That would be exciting. Yeah.
The big one for me is if I got the month separation between the releases. That'd be a big one to get right. That'd be cool. Forget that. But,
yeah. Oh my god.
that's a ballsy one.
Sony, I don't think Sony would let that gap be that long, though.
Yeah. That's going to be interesting, man. These are some good predictions. They got me excited already, so I'm looking forward to next month. Because next month is when all of this kind of starts. You know what I mean? This is when it's. I mean,
it's going.
This month was exciting. We were building up steam, but Summer Game Fest, big announcements are coming. I think I just read that Jeff Cayley said somebody commented on it. So we're done with May announcements, and then Cayley wrote back and said nope. So I think something's going to happen at the end of the month, but we don't have much time left. But hey, could be reporting on that next week. I do want to, if just want to hype it up. We are going to be doing a top 5 series. We're going to be doing season 1 of top 5, where we're going to go through our favorite console designs. It doesn't necessarily mean our favorite console. We're not talking about software. We're talking about the physical piece of hardware that we got, the aesthetics of it. And yeah, we're just going to go full on, just I don't know. Just going to judge it by its appearance. I don't know what to say.
How beautiful the console looks.
This console is so nice.
We're going to be very shallow I just
You see that disk drive on that console?
Yeah, you see that power button, dude? Look at it. Look at the
That's
shine.
a big ass power button.
So you can expect to see a lot of that during the top 5. We're just going to be, going crazy about little things that make the console look beautiful or weird in a fun way that we like.
Let's get weird with it.
That's going to be fun. That's going to be a good way. Yeah, let's get weird with it, dude. Let's go. Thanks guys for tuning, thank you for tuning in and watching the Next Gen Roadmap predictions. And also, thank you, Steven and Pater, for joining me for this super awesome this prediction show. I loved it. I'm excited. I'm hyped.
A lot of fun.
I would go another 2 hours. I'd still talk. I'd go another
4 a.m. here, so
yeah. All right, guys, that was a lot of fun. Thanks so much for joining me.